I'm going to be talking about is this one right here. It says Manananggal Madness at the top, and in the bottom left corner, it says trans existence is resistance.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Okay. And like the main figure here in the middle, she is the Manananggal. She's kind of been like an obsession for me for a very long time, for like years now. But basically, the Manananggal is like a folkloric creature, a mythical creature from the Visayas region in the Philippines. And kind of, there's a lot of different accounts about how she exists and a lot of different stories about what she does. But the main idea is that she like walks around as like an average woman during the day. And when the sun goes down, she splits herself in half at the torso, and she leaves her legs behind. And her top half sprouts wings, and she goes and hunts men who have done her wrong. Or she goes and, yeah, right? She goes and hunts men, or other stories, she has a long tongue, like a butterfly tongue, and like she sucks the fetuses out of pregnant women. She's kind of like a big cautionary tale that's told around. But in my head, she's kind of a figure of like feminine resistance and how women resist. I'm like, oh, maybe when she's out there sucking the fetuses out of pregnant women, that's like stories of abortion, right? Stories of women's choice. Same thing with men, right? She's like getting her own vigilante justice kind of thing. And then just the physical aspect of transformation, like sprouting wings, becoming monstrous. It's like a lot of the time in media, when women resist the patriarchy, when women resist in any kind of way, it's depicted as monstrous. But I've always loved monsters. I love horror, and I just think she's very beautiful, and so I just wanted to honor her. And so as far as like, I don't know, the visual elements of this print, I love horror movies, so I was kind of inspired by like pulp style, like 80s movie posters. In my research about Manananggal, there's a lot of movies in the Philippines that have like really cheesy visual effects, and it's like, oh, she's coming after these men. And they're all like really cheesy, really funny, really just like goofy practical effects with different masks and like blood splatters, things like that. So yeah, I was like really inspired by those kinds of posters. And then as far as the plates I carved for this, I carved 2 plates. So one was like the lettering on the top and bottom, and then just the figure of her in the middle. And then the second one, I carved this circle around her, and I just kind of wanted her to be in front of this like spotlight. Maybe it's the moon, maybe she's like flying up into the sky. And I think this was like adventurous for me because it was 2 different plates, and I wasn't really sure how to line them up. Maya was super helpful. You helped me like make a template, so I was definitely drawing on the knowledge of the group for this print. But yeah, I'm just really happy with it, and she's like protecting me at night, you know? She's out on the dance floor too. What are the stories that our ancestors have left behind? And what are the breadcrumbs that they're trying to tell us? I think one time that I like really enjoyed was when during one of our meetings we went to the GLBT archives, and we were just like rifling through all these old papers, old documents, old ephemera, and just really seeing like the deep history of like local queer history to the Bay Area. And it got me thinking as well, like, what are the things that we choose to preserve, and just how many stories were also left out of these archives. I think the archives are so great as far as discovery and like letting me meet new queer ancestors who I might not have discovered otherwise. But also, I think about the stories that are left behind and the stories that are kind of left unsaid. And so in the creation of like, I don't know, all of my prints, I really want to honor our ancestors, and I think back at like all the hours spent carving, and that time was really meditative for me. And I think the physicality of it, I could feel myself connecting with like things that were older than me, things that had always been here. I just believed that just queerness and like queer ancestors, queer elders, that we've always been on, and that I want to continue that. So, thank you.